Hey guys, Mike Toy Bonsai Boise. So today I'm working on my Siberian Elm Bonsai. I dug this up in September of 2017, and I'm going to show you some pictures of what that looked like when I first found it and first dug it up. You will hardly recognize it. But ever since then, it's had this real ugly knob down here at the bottom. As you can see, it's the part that I'm kind of focusing on there. You can see that big scar where I pruned off a big chunk of it initially. And today I'm going to be working on carving even more off of that nub. So let me give you a look at some pictures so you can see what it was like when I first got it. Isn't she a beauty? Look at that. It's got bonsai written all over it, doesn't it? I mean, these things just grow in the cracks of sidewalks, and this is just on the back side of a building from a nursery where I go to buy trees and supplies once in a while. And the guy working said, "Hey, you know what you ought to try is a Siberian elm." And he took me back here and showed me a few, and I went, "Yeah, it's a good idea." Got their permission to dig a couple of them up, and this is what it looked like. This was the actual one. It really is kind of forgettable, in this form. You would just think it's a weed, honestly. I mean, this isn't the actual one, this is a different one next to it, but just to give you an idea of what it looks like. I mean, just growing on a sidewalk. So I dug it up, brought it home, and this is what it looked like. And as you can see, this big knob down there on the trunk, I mean, it was just ugly. And I knew that I was going to have to address it at some point. And so I took a couple of stabs at it. One day I just chopped off a big chunk of it. And there it is after I chopped off a big chunk. And it did fine. The problem is that it keeps growing new growth from that spot. So the problem with that is that new growth causes the bulge to get even bigger. And so the problem just perpetuates. So today I figured I would really go at it and saw off a big chunk of it. So this is, of course, what it looks like today. I'm just going to be using my pruning shears, a saw, and of course, for sealant, my good old trusty clear glue. The whole bottle cost me $1. And so far, I've used it on many trees and many cuts, and it's worked like a charm. So I'm going to keep using what's working. It's non-toxic and safe, so or at least so it says. So that's the plan here. So I'm just going to try to saw off a little bit off of each side. I don't want to, again, I want to go at this in stages. I don't want to go too crazy because obviously I don't want it to die. I don't want to cause a wound so big that it, just throws the tree into shock. But that's sort of the beauty of these weed trees, I've heard them called. I don't like calling them that, but they're considered an invasive species in some areas. But that's the beauty of them for bonsai, is that they're tough as nails. You can hardly get rid of them even when you want to. So they can take a lot of hard work like this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and jump in now and start sawing away at it. And I'll put some of this glue on there and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. So let's get to work.